Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you on here, and I hope you guys can try these mandalas and have a fun time doing it. So before we get started on the mandala design, I'm going to explain our tools. So the tools I use are color coded, so they have a color on the top of the tools. When you buy them off of Temu or Amazon, they usually just come clear. So first off, for the twirly tools, I do not use the green twirly for any of my tutorials, so you can set this one aside. As for the rods, the largest two rods, I, again, also do not use for any of my tutorials, but if you're doing like a bigger project on your own time, then of course you can use these. So now to help you understand what I have color coded, you can lay them out biggest to smallest. The biggest one, which is the green one, next size down, we have it marked as the blue stick. And then next size down after the blue is the white stick. After the white stick, it's the yellow stick. And then we have the pink stick. And then last but not least, trying to pick them up, is the black stick. And then of course we have the twirlies. These are self-explanatory. They are color coded already. You can color code them yourself. We use just nail polish on the tops of the tools. We can get started with the design now. Okay, so before we get started on the wine bottle, we're just gonna practice some designs that we're gonna use. So for the first thing that we're going to practice, we're going to use the pink stick and the pink stylus tool. So starting with the pink stick, so using the pink stick, you're going to place a dot, and then you're gonna take the pink stylus, the smaller end, and you're gonna take the paint from that dot and kind of drag it down to make a teardrop. Okay, next thing that we're gonna practice, we're gonna use the same tools. Once again, starting with the pink stick, you're going to dip in the paint and place a dot. Then you're gonna take the pink stylus, the bigger end, dip in the paint, and place a dot right above the bigger one. Then you'll switch to the smaller end of the pink stylus, dip into the paint, and starting at the top, you're going to do a small little drag on each side. Okay, and the last thing we're gonna practice are the candles that we're gonna paint. We're gonna use the white stylus, the bigger end. You're going to dip your tool into the paint, and you're basically going to stack slightly curved drags, alternating directions that they're facing. So from left to right, right to left, and just kind of keep stacking. The hardest part of these candles is making sure that as you go up the candle, your swishes don't get smaller, because you almost like get this urge to like kind of like sit it right underneath the previous swish. And so it starts getting smaller and smaller, and then you're left with a pine cone instead of a candle.
Say that again when we're at that part.
Exactly. Yes, you are absolutely.
And then for the flame of the candle, pretty simple, just the black stick and the yellow stylus. And you just place a dot with the black stick, and then with the stylus, you just kind of follow I like to follow the edge of the dot first, and just kind of make like a little squiggle for a little flame. Ooh. So I hope you guys got enough practice on the candles, because we're gonna get straight into that. That's what the first thing we're gonna do, yes. So again, same tool, the white stylus, bigger end. We're gonna use the white paint. Just make them different sizes, make some taller, make some shorter. So yeah, and you can do like about like finger width in between each candle. So that's how you know to kind of space them out.
I love the ornament. I just love everything about this.
I know, super cute. But that's the beauty, they can all be different, they don't have to be the same.
Yeah, yours are long.
Yeah.
Okay, next we're going to start on the rows of dots going around our wine bottle. For the first row, we're gonna use the black stick with the red paint. And we're just gonna go around and we're gonna place this first row of dots right above that first chalk line.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter how many dots you put, just make sure it's an even number.
Perfect. I'll start with my practice side.
You mean an even number have to be all the way around?
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do that same thing, basically, using the black stick. We're just going to place another row of dots, but instead of above the dot or below the dots like this, it's gonna be below the gaps, okay?
In between and even.
Yes, yes.
Black stick.
And we're gonna do 4 rows, because it's all the same tool. So just do 4 rows. The colors are green, white, red, green. So just kind of follow the order that's on your palette. It's literally like we did red just now, and then it's green, and then it's white, red, and green.
Got
So
it.
just follow the
Or we
order.
just copy that from right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to
Okay,
copy
good.
that's
Is that the same one?
yeah, it's the same order. Okay, next up, we're gonna use the yellow stick and we're gonna use the red paint. And we're placing these dots below the gaps of our row of green dots, but we're gonna do every other gap.
Okay.
Okay, next we're gonna use the blue stylus, bigger end, with the white paint. And we're just going to place these dots in between the big red dots, but not like straight in between here, but kind of wedge it up here. Next step, we're gonna use the white stylus with the white paint again. You're gonna use the smaller end first, and you're gonna place 2 small dots below the white ones we just placed, and then you'll switch to the smaller end or the bigger end of the white stylus and put another dot below those 2.
So smaller 2, bigger 1.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we're gonna take the yellow stick with the green paint. And we're going to put these dots right above the big, or below the big red ones. Okay, next up, we're gonna use the blue stylus, bigger end, with the red paint, and we're gonna put these dots in between our green ones.
Okay.
Okay, next up, we're gonna take the yellow stick with the red paint, and we're gonna put these dots right below the smaller red ones we just made. Okay, so we're gonna use the white paint, and you're gonna use the black stick,
Black stick.
and we're gonna put these dots above or below the chalk line.
Okay.
So for you, it'll be above since
Yeah.
it'll be a little closer. And then once you do that, you'll take the pink stylus and the smaller end and drag it down in between to make a teardrop. And then you'll switch, or no, you're gonna stay with the smaller end. And then with the green paint, you're going to do a small little drag on each side. Like that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're all done with the actual design up at the top. The next thing is gonna be the ornaments. So I have 3 different styles here that you can choose one and then do all for the ornaments. So you could do just random dots like this with 2 or 3 colors, just using all the tools that we have. and whatever paint you want and just placing dots. And then there's this one where it's just squigglies. You use the white stylus, bigger end, and just kind of do squigglies to fill in the circle ornament. Or there's this one where you can, again, also use the white stylus, bigger end, or you can go bigger or smaller depending on how big or small you want the dots to be. And then, yeah, just use your colors, and with this one, you just dip once and you go dot, 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 until your paint runs out, dip again, dot, 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 until it runs out, and just so on and so forth, again, filling in the ornament. And then there are little, like, dots here to kind of almost like connect the ornaments. So you can use either green or red as like the little hangy thingy. So you'll just dip once and just dot, 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 dot until you reach the chalk circle of your ornament. So yeah, just choose your favorite style, favorite colors, and you can do that for all of the ornaments.
Okay.
I have to do the goodness didn't want to go when they were like 18. They're like, aren't we gonna go to the It's like if we want to, we can.
It's like a really cool experience.
And then once you guys are done with the ornaments, the last thing you're gonna do is just add some like dots and like little stars just in between the ornaments, just to fill in this area, and even on the like the top of the wine bottle here too. And that's just done with the pink stylus bigger end.
Pink bigger, okay.
And for the stars, it's just a little drag up, down, and a little one side to side.
Up, down, side to side, okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear any of that. You're probably gonna have to repeat.
So once you guys have finished all the ornaments and all the little stars and dots, you guys are all done with your wine bottle. Don't forget to erase those chalk marks like tomorrow. Make sure the paint is completely dry. And then with your lights, you can actually take one of the dotting tools, like the yellow stick, the biggest one, and kind of wrap it around and then stretch it out a little so it's like this spiral. It'll be much easier to put in, and I think it kind of looks a little nicer in the actual.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great tip.
Okay, say that again, Joe. Sorry. I'm not gonna.
I thought you were writing it down.
I am.
Oh.
Just undo it, stretch it out, and push it in.
Well, yeah, I like to wrap it around a dotting tool just so it has a like almost kind of like a little bit of a spiral to it, and then it goes in easier, and I just think it looks nicer in the wine bottle when it's
lit
twisted.
up, it just
Yeah.
kind of. Okay, so swirl it around something.
Yeah, like it's